Ooh, well, I didn't turn my mic off. Ha ha ha, hi. Anybody here a little bit early? Just me? It's that guy with the face fungus. Okay, hi folks. Hmm. Just trying to get everything pointed where it's supposed to be pointed. What was happening there? Okay. Live. Great. Oh, Lord. My tech is not responding very quickly, but I don't think it's the blue screen of yesterday. Was it yesterday or the day before? Well, get on train. Hi, folks. I'm Keith. This is Thoughtstorms, and temporarily I'm wearing a funny hat. Say goodbye to the funny hat, boys and girls. Goodbye to the funny hat, boys and girls. Too warm up in this piece for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Slideshow of the artwork is not changed. That's for next week, whatever it ends up being. Well, I don't know. There it is. Alright, I click on watch now and it takes me to a screen that's not going. Well, doesn't matter. I've got it on other devices. So, kids, rock and roll, rock on to my soul. Oh dear. Oh, don't you do that. Had to activate and deactivate. And Twitter is coming in slow on that machine, but it might be coming in regular time on y'all's machines. I don't know. I'm not there. Hi, it's your pentagonal pal, Keith. I am in the Pentagon. Not the Pentagon, but a Pentagon. And, let's look at the carnage. Today what I need to do is start getting these together in such a way that I can have two halves or three chunks that I can put together after I paint. I'm going to mainly paint the inside. I am fascinated by the negative space of things. So now I've got this bowl full of stuff. What? That's not what I meant to move either. That's better. Okay, if anybody's there, please maybe say hello in the chat. If not, no biggie. So I have all of these quadruplexes and a duplex, and I need the interior of the bowl, so I'm going to take one for the team. If I can find the alcohol, there it is. Little isopropyl alcohol. Very little bit, almost just the fumes will do it. Loosens up this hot glue, gun glue. Don't really know why it is, but I guess maybe it's on purpose, I don't know. I'm just gonna move, let it kind of get to the hot glue things. Whew. I'll set fire into it now. I want these to come loose without coming apart. Okay, well, can't come out easily. Could have got alcohol to that quadruplex. Oof. Oh crap. Kind of came loose, but not catastrophically. Isn't this exciting, folks? Oh, wow, the stench. I could never be an alcoholic. I don't like the stench. All those keycaps fell off. Let's get some alcohol to that. Some alcohol to that. For some reason, the theme song, I think, to God Couple's been on my brain all day. Get some alcohol to that. Do it now. What a weirdo. Also hedge my bets with the fire starter. Boom! Yep. Maybe this will go viral if it blows up. That one doesn't want to come loose. I would just leave it there and work around it, but it needs to be able to come loose at some point. So I'm going to do some more alcohol. Is there anything more alcohol can't fix? I have to remember there's possibly people watching this who don't know me. I'm 60 years old and 60 years sober. Never been drunk. Never acquired a taste for it, nor the budget. That's some expensive poo-poo, I say unto you. Well, I don't. I'll stop being so precious with it. Where's my? There you go. A little ball stylus. Which will never come in focus ever. Anyway. Well, there's one part right there that is just not interested in shifting. Copper is quite the heat thief. So this idea might not have been as good as I think it was. The fan is not being that helpful. Huh? I wonder if some of the epoxy touched down. Well, this is the exciting world of defeating perfectionism when crap don't work. So how's everybody's day going? I just wasn't generous enough with the alcohol. I finally got it. One of these is not wanting to come loose. Yeah, there it is. And how about you? There's nothing. Duplex and the last of the quadruplexes. Yay! Now I gotta clean out this bowl. I'm doing this stuff, and ideally it would be on camera. I don't think it was. I don't think it was at all. I'm not really in place. And yes, I am coming to you from the that used to power. One moment, please. My wheelchair wheel just unplugged something with a round I can't see what it was. Oh, I bet I know. I can't find it. Hey, electronics makers, please make sure that you make all of your wires black and about the same in every respect so that nobody can tell what the hell anything is anyway. Could you do that for us? Could you please? I hate them so much. So, okay. I bet it's this guy right here. It's not. I am wrong. So it doesn't matter. I don't think anybody's joined us yet. I don't know. Maybe somebody has. Let me think here. There's I'm just not in the right spot. Twitch. Creator dashboard, maybe. I know. Action items. Oh, come on, I've done all this. Doesn't matter. Alright, I was cleaning up the bowl. And yes, this attention deficit moment is brought to you by somebody who's known about his attention deficit longer than a lot of people. A lot of people are just now finding out. Some doctors are finally saying, I guess it's really a thing. People are saying, oh, everybody has it now. 'Cause the stigma's not so bad anymore. And it's a domino thing. I went to a conference in the 90s, teachers work day workshop thing when I was working at my high school alma mater in special education, and they did a thing about attention deficit disorder. And at the end of the presentation, I went up and said, is there an attention deficit ambulance I can climb into and be taken to an attention deficit hospital? I was like, damn near every single thing you described has been my whole damn life. Oh, that's not a good place for that. Alright, boys and girls. These days I'm going to get used to the fact that some of these monitor views are behind by at least a solid minute. Alright, so this largest landmass, boy, it's hard. It's very hard to point to the camera because the thing wants to slip. And that almost fills the bowl, and then this here tucks rather nicely there, and we've got almost half the sphere. We've had that for quite a while now. I'm sorry if that was loud. I hope it wasn't. I guess I could build around this. Just put a couple of spots of hot glue, which I didn't plug the hot glue gun in. Let's do that, shall we? I kind of feel today like I'm Mr. Rogers, and I haven't even changed my shirt yet. Changed into my sweater. Ooh. I'm not gonna mess up that bag like I just did. Can't you dump it? Me? No. Get over there. Plug this in. This may be all I get done today is hot gluing down the filling this bowl so I can at least say I've got a hemisphere cooking. I'll have to make it for it. This will need some duplexes and singletons added onto it. There's a singleton that isn't supposed to be a singleton. Oh, that one is just... It's chaos in here. Camera's not pointed at me. Yeah. I gotta be real bad at this before I can ever get good at it. So I'm off to a good start because I'm real bad at this. All right, boys and humans. Alright. I'm going to say a bad word. We're not. This is a low temp glue gun, glue stick situation, by the way. I'm just going to put a bit of a dollop or two. Come on, you gotta work with me. I'm live here. Alright, I doubt that was enough. I don't want too much on there. I don't want it to be hard to break out. Touch up the side here. There you go. Give you a little bit of insurance. Insurance. It's a shitty thing. Nice health you got there. Be a shame if anything ever happened to it. Alright, let's get some hot glue in strategic places. And you know what? I don't think. No. For some reason I was thinking I would leave that for the last because it kind of is obvious where it goes, but I think it'll be good to get that cemented in. Oh man. All but one of those glue spots didn't touch copper. So, they were not helpful. I need to do it all in here. Okay. Trying again. Maybe and get you in there while you're still warm and hold it in place. All right, kids. Anybody have any opinions on when is a good time of day to catch a stream like this? If anybody is curious to drop by, holler in the comments, chat, or what have you. I think that's okay. Where's the camera? Good Lord, where's that camera? Do not like that camera. Okay, I'm going to do that. Only about 4 points of contact. That's no good. Let's get at least a duplex in here, maybe. Yeah. Okay. The trick will be remembering to clay those bits up. Ooh, I didn't. Didn't aim that too well. Let's try. Yeah, it's probably a good way to do it. Boy, I'm sure you can't see what I'm doing. I'm just putting smaller continents together, trying to make a Pangea. It's not very good. And as a result, I'm going to hold that piece off and put in some quadruplexes. Yep. This one must be good. Whoa, come on now. Dang it. How is there... Kind of forgot how frustrating hot glue guns are. You got spider web pulling things out of place as you're trying to place them. They're not my favorite thing. Aha! So, for some reason I feel like today is not a fascinating stream. Possibly because I actually hit my snooze alarm on my nap. I'm old. I need ointment. I need a duplex. Oh, that's the thing right there. That's the thing right there. Can you see this at all? Okay, maybe. So that's going. Just by the way this thing works, my hands have to be in the way. There's just not going to be any seeing this stuff. I need a head-mounted GoPro or something. Oh man. These those are twisted to each other, but maybe. Yeah, I like it. Okay. Ready. a singleton? Yep, I do. Ooh, that's going to be hard to place. I'm going to mess with that at a later time. It's hard to put in or take out. So that's not desirable. Here we go. I'll look this side over here with the bare metal hanging out. I gotta decide whether or not to take the glue particle off of that. Oh yeah, came off easy. It's a triplex. Is that a thing? Oh, it wouldn't be. Yes, folks, we're not just unscripted, we're barely planned. I am improvisational. Ah! Damn it. That came loose at a really unpleasant moment. Alright, yep. I am finding out that this loosey-goosey placement is now it doesn't want to come off. I don't know where you are, but you don't want to come somewhere else. Just stuck here. Come on. Oh yeah. Yeah. You're down to a duplex now. Except it won't come off of the metal. There we go. Okay. Well, as I always say, failure is always an option. In fact, it's a certainty. Oh, I think somebody's... Dr. Peril presents. I can hear you, but oh dear. Audio too low to actually understand you. Thank you. Let me... I killed the fan. That should help. Why does my computer only lock up when I want to? I asked you to do something. Discord makes me on that computer. Alright. Hello, Dr. Peril. How are you? I suspect I know who you are, even though I haven't seen that particular screen name. Good to see anybody from anywhere. The extremely popular Twitch streamer, I was hoping to get some followers from. Haha, don't do that. Has not streamed in more than a year now. Mother Mern. She's wonderful when she does stream. She's got the most amazing voice, plays piano beautifully. Hardly anything she can't sing and sing well. But they're doing other things these days. I finally got my tech sorted well enough to get going, and sadly I haven't seen any of those friendly faces in more than a year now. Now I've got, let's see, Dr. Peril. Can't hear enough to comprehend. Mike is working somewhere but not close enough to your Phoebus. Yep. Well, that I think is fixable. It might be on camera, but I don't care. Is that any better, Dr. Peril? Dr. Peril. For some reason, I'm thinking of a theme song for you. He's Dr. Peril. It's a cool name, by the way. I'm not speaking up terribly well, and I've got gum in my mouth because 24/7 cottonmouth, and I don't do the medicines that you usually hear about cottonmouth. I may be popping the mic now. It's a lot closer. Okay, get in there, get in there, get in there, get in there, get in there. I need to speak up. You know, they say dance like there's nobody watching. Better, still very low. Well, it is cranked. Yep, gains all the way up. There is a knob on here. Let me see if... Yeah, I've got everything high as it goes, and I've turned off the fan. I'm not speaking terribly clearly. Let's get some speech going here. Now was the winter of our discontent made glorious summer by the sun of York, and all the clouds that lowered upon our house in the deep bosom of the ocean buried. You see what I've done? That's not part of the speech. You know, I guess I'll put one more here. Yeah. One more quadruplex. So how are things in Glockamora, Dr. Peril? Is the willow tree still weeping there? Well, I've turned the fan off. It really wasn't hot enough to still need it. It was still on from yesterday. Yesternight, rather. Well, I can already see. Let's see if I can show it on camera. This bit here that's... Oh, Lord. It is so hard to turn things to be on camera. It's kinesthetic disobedience. I need it to be further right on camera. I've got to move it left, and up is down, and vice versa. Looks like you're making a globe. That's correct. That's right, you haven't really seen this. Here's some larger pieces that aren't taken up. These are Macintosh keyboards that I didn't want to just completely throw away. So I pried the keys off. And I'm using a 2-part epoxy, which I'm about to mix up because I've got everything solidified in the bowl for the globe making proposition. I am unplugging the hot glue gun because I don't need any more hot glue. And it's going to continue dripping because that's how hot glue do. So, if I slip up and call you by your real name, will your feelings be hurt? For some reason I can't make this camera non-mirrored, but Small Tongue brand epoxy sculpt. It's cheaper than what I was using previously. I need to put on gloves for this. I am noticing that I get an itchy nose when I work with this stuff. So I'm not gonna risk it and raw dog it. Plus, I've been in the hospital so many times that I've got dozens and dozens of these gloves. I'm not a thief, I just get very attached to things. Yep. Well, did you have any blue screen of death problems? RX souvenirs are a thing for sure. I have a little hard time reading my chat. I've got an entire projector that I can't focus. So if I can find a place where it is focused, I got a free projector because they didn't want me to send it back. And I'm hoping I can put my chat there so I can see it without glasses or with, or either way. No blue screen for you. No blue screen for you. You know, our friend Philip, he called me yesterday. He got to go home from work early. Apparently something that they do with their business involved one of the systems that was affected. So, this is part A of a two-part putty. I am convinced, this is one of my theories, but I'm very nearly certain about it. They just took A and B epoxy and they mixed A with white powder of some kind and B with white powder of some kind, and never the twain shall meet until you want it to kick. So here's the B part. Boy. Let's remove anyway. I'm doing all this on my computer desk, and that's not ideal by any stretch of the imagination. But as I've said many times in this process, oh, I hate the smell of this bee. You got to be pretty close to it to smell it, and it fades pretty quick, but it is unpleasant, especially when you first pop the top off. It is nasty. And this stuff will stay soft for years until you mix it together, and this brand kicks fast. Cliff, this is one of the reasons that I've got this amusing customization of a thrift store, or actually a dollar store, I think, mask. When I have some left over, before it turns into a useless rock, I make it into a wormy dealy and place it on there. You don't smell a thing? Good idea about protection. Okay, cool. So now it's just a matter of, I wonder if you can see. It's amazing. I've got very low light here because the camera blows out if I have much light on it. I actually need more light than I've got. I've got it right here, but if I turn it, oh, I should have warned you. Protect your eyes. Okay. I see the cocoon. Think of a cocoon. Does it have a cocoon aspect, do you think? Ain't nothing but some old people gonna fart around in that there pool. I like that movie. I don't know why I get slightly derisive with my impression. I wonder how many of those actors are still with us. Good Lord, we had a run of famous people passing. I remember in 2016, a lot of people complained that, people they really did not want to lose were passing that year. And I think we just got to a point now where there's so many famous people and, so many people that we all kind of know. There's not going to be a day goes by that we don't lose a national treasure. A Betty White or somebody. Okay, well, now I peer into my kettle of weirdness. Lighting looks good on your work, slightly dark on your head. Why does my computer only that? Well, I've fixed Nightbot to where it sticks my little comments in. That's one thing I got done since yesterday when I strummed. So I'm packing down this bubblegum-like stuff. And it's a lot easier now that I've got the thing hot glued to the inside of the I don't know what you call this in cooking. Copper mixing bowl. Huh? Oh man, I've got the Nightbot happening too often. I am on a timer here. I've got fixed amount of clay that is going to set up prematurely, so I'm going to let that run. Hopefully they're not too annoying. They're a little bit annoying to me because I don't necessarily know when you said something. Older we get, the bigger the pool of our known celebs, smaller pool. Yeah, true. Yeah. Because I hear all the time about some reality show star. I'm like, huh? I don't know who that is. Oh, Lord. I'm thinking about just taking my face camera off of this deal because I can't point. It's just the laptop built-in webcam. Just probably not the best bet. I've got more cameras. I had one just up and quit on me. So I got a lot to figure out. Oh, I need to take this wooden stick and kind of use it like a rolling pin that's kind of pointy. Wow, it's hard to get it in camera. Or in focus. And of course, there's the Pentagon Keith. Right in the wrong place. Only slightly dark. Still see you clearly enough. Yeah, when I happen to move into frame, where I'm working is not happening. And twisting my laptop that far is not working very well either. And I gotta make hay while the clay's still malleable. It's also hard to remember which piece of clay you've freshly put in and which has been there for a while. It gets real easy to lose that forest for that tree. Oh, that's way too much. I didn't really mix up enough this time. I don't like being forced to donate to the mask if I, more than I want. This stuff is cheaper than the Aves brand, AVES epoxy sculpt with an A at the beginning, which I used before, and it doesn't set up as fast, much longer work time. And oh, that's weird, Cliff. I just briefly flashed back to when we lived in New Mexico, Espanola. Circle back to Espanola if you help me think about it. Watching Dad sculpting in the little studio in the stable building. I'm not calling it the right name, right word. I used to watch him work in the sculptor's wax, the petroleum wax that had that great smell to it. Just had a flash of that. By the way, everybody else, Cliff's my brother, and I'm mentioning our late father, Leon Hale, who was 8 times the artist I ever was. He was so easily good at it. He was, what do they call him? Mozart with a pencil. His Western bronzes were amazing. He was commissioned by Wayne Newton to do a portrait of Wayne Newton's Arabian horse named Aramis. Somewhere I've got a photo of that, of the handoff. Well, I think I still have that. But I have been known to lie. Yeah, I used to sit and I would try making things with the same kind of I think petroleum wax is maybe the kind of technical term for it, sculptor's wax. I remember I tried to make a canoe with a native person paddling it while he was working on one of his Western bronzes. Anyone finds a Western bronze with the name Leon Hale, get with me. Get in touch. We don't have any of those. We don't even have photographs of them, I don't think. Which kind of does the stinking thing. Been very generous with the clay, so that's the last of the mixed up. I'll make some more. I've got whole sections I didn't join. So it looks like absolute chaos, which I'm cool with. I'm leaving big gaps so you can see the inside through from the outside, and I hope to kind of rainbow spray paint the inside, make it as interesting as possible. Maybe even some gold leafing. Not real gold, but, simulated gold leafing. Because I do love to celebrate the negative space. Victory Brown Wax. Also the Ultra Cal Plaster and Silicone Rubber. Yep. His bronzes only had... Oh, that's right. His signature on those bronzes was just the name Hale, Hale, with a regular slash above and a regular slash below. He could actually do that on a typewriter. Did do it on a typewriter. And for a long time I was stealing that. And he said, it's kind of an honor that you are are doing the same thing with your name that I do with mine, but that's kind of my thing. Maybe you can find a way to have your own. And so I rotated it around and I put a dash in front, a dash after, and it looks like a Jules Pfeiffer cartoon person standing. You just have a stick figure and they're floating in space until you put a line on either side, and that's the crotch of the floor to the wall. Makes him a stand-up guy. So that was how I came up with the dash in front and dash after. And as a result, all my friends on Facebook, I'm the top friend in their list. I did not... Oh yeah. I was trying to approximate it. Hale is printed, not signed. That's right. It's not a signature. It's... I don't know. Did Jen have a problem with cursive like I did? I don't know. I know Crystal used to have the best cursive handwriting. She feels like it's gone downhill. I'm gonna make more this time because that went too fast. Running a little on the low side. I think I've got enough to finish this project for sure. Yeah, it's about twice the size of the previous. Where did I put the bee pot? There it is. I hate the smell. Tell you what, while I have you there, Cliff, I'm going to put the fan back on and see if I'm still legible. It may be blowing directly on the mic now. Printed. It was clear on any work he did. Was it all caps? I don't think it was all caps when he did it on typewriter. I don't know. That's a good question. It might have been. I've always been a person who prints rather than what do they call that, longhand, cursive. And when I'm filling out a form, I just shout the whole thing. It's rude on the internet, but easy on, what do you call? Alright, so can you see? Say, can you see by the dawn's early light? Man, it is so frustrating, Cliff. I don't know if you ever had this trouble when you were streaming. Getting anything on camera, I don't know what you would have been showing. Anyway, there's the two lumps, and I'm going to mix them together. It's getting things on camera. I came up with a word for that before I was ever streaming. What I'm trying to say. Sorry, I've distracted myself. Yep, lost that train completely. Like I say, I gotta be bad at this before I can get good at it. All I ever streamed was game, window, and my Phoebus. Your fabled face. Excuse my throat clearing. This is a larger batch than I've made in a long time, and I'm not going to need it all. Although I need to I need to be more generous than I previously was being, because it's been falling apart on me. Part of the whole reason to try this is to see if it would fall apart on me. I want to stick... I've got all kinds of found objects, like this injector for my Manjaro. Oh, pet wasn't on camera. Has these cool shapes to it. Oh man, I'm gonna just do it over here. I have got to fix the art camera. Yeah, this is not gonna be very light. I'll try it again on the dark. Wow. Kinesthetic. Oh, that is maddening. That's like that bicycle the guy made, to where when he turns the handlebars right, it goes left, and when you turn left, it goes right. And anybody that tries it, even, I don't know if he had Lance Armstrong try it, or somebody who had medaled in was a professional bicycling athlete, and they instantly just could not go anywhere. And then his son learned how to do it, and he learned how to do it. I think it might have been Smarter Every Day, Destin, on Smarter Every Day on YouTube. I could be wrong. It may have been somebody else, but Destin featured it on the Smarter Every Day. That's a possibility. But it might have just been him. I love his channel. I rarely miss a video of his. Folks show. Biz card right now, all caps. There you go. 60. You were 60. Yeah, that's right. 63. I've got one of those too. Heart cam's fine. Only need to zoom out slightly. It's the only way I can zoom out is move it up the pole, which I can. Let's try that. While I've got a pair of second eyes there, maybe that'll be a lot better. And I'll point it down a little more, because you don't really got to see my crotch. The way I've got the chat placed is not ideal. A lot of streamers don't do that at all, but I am streaming on two platforms. And as a result, yeah, I think that's better. I crack myself up. That Nightbot comment I love. I'm the MacGyver of never remembering to bring tools or materials. It's true. I was always the kid with no pen, no paper, no pencil, no nothing. Teachers hated me. They didn't hate me, but they did not enjoy my funky ways of being. And I do not blame them. I would have gotten straight on my last nerve. I sometimes do get on my last nerve. To be sure. I don't know if this is more visible. It might be. It wasn't covered by chat at that point. So anyway, if I don't have it on screen, thus, somebody will say something on YouTube that the people on Twitch don't know what it is, and I may answer it without reading it out first. I don't know. I don't think it's mission critical necessarily, but I think the dark rectangles are pretty ironic for a guy who hates rectangles, for one thing. And I only need them as long as the text requires. I hate it when YouTubers put up text for a real short second, way too short, and you're fumbling for your remote control to pause it so you can read it, and it's gone by the time you manage. But even sometimes when you manage, it's light text on a light background, and it's like, okay, you communicated nothing to me. Thank you. That's a peeve. I understand though. This stuff is hard. Just getting things to happen on camera. I was gonna say, in my head, I have made fun of art YouTubers who are talking about what they're doing and it's not on camera at all. I'm like, yep, you're talking about it, but you're not showing it. And I've been doing a crap ton of that, so nice and humbling. Humility is a good thing for a recovering perfectionist. I thought I was so humble because, I can out-humble anybody. Nobody can go toe-to-toe with me on humility. But I really did. I thought I was so humble that there was no way a perfectionist was a good descriptor of what I was, what I am, what I was. Which is embarrassing. I just didn't have an understanding of what the word really means. For some reason, I guess I thought it was somebody who thinks everything they do is perfect, when it's kind of the opposite. It ain't good enough. It's gatekeeping. A very insidious form of gatekeeping. Self-gatekeeping. And I'm contractually obliged to say the term gatekeeping one more time. But I don't think I'm going to bother. Cliff, it's good to see from you. If you need to buzz or lurk, that's always fine, of course. You're more experienced with streaming than I am, and Peter watches some streamers from time to time. Crystal, I think, is brand spanking new. Mother, honestly, I don't think Mother's quite figured out how to get to the right place to see it, which I completely understand. I think to get on my YouTube live, you got to put in thoughtstorms_Keith. 55 years ago today, Apollo 11 landed. Excellent. Let me think. Yeah, I was 5, and I was at Carlos Gilbert. I doxed myself. My first grade school was called Carlos Gilbert in Santa Fe, Nuevo Mexico. I would really like to go to that school and look around. Just about my only memories from that are walking wherever we walked, and there were tall black iron fences with parallel, like, prison jail cell bars. Seemed like they maybe had points on the top, maybe on the bottom as well. That's a real vague memory. I am preaching to the choir, I'm sure, but I'm homesick for Santa Fe. So, Cliff, if you're still there, there is a TV show. I believe it's got the word curse in the title. Cursed. Some form of the word curse. It stars seldom live streams would be helpful to post links on your socials. Yeah, I'm trying to. I briefly go live on Facebook saying, hey, come see me on the other two. To be on all three would cost money, and to be on two doesn't cost anything. And take all the money in the world and throw it away. That's what I've got. So I'm just YouTube and Twitch man. I've got 44 followers on Twitch, about 84 on YouTube, and but yes, you are right. I need to post the links. I try to, well, I went live yesterday and today, and I sent out a pretty broad message about both days. And today, for today's stream, I didn't say much of anything on much of any place. If that makes any sense, which it doesn't. Oh, Lord. I wish this stuff was kind of pink until it starts setting up and then goes white, because it is just a little bit maddening figuring out where you were working, because all these saving chewing gum for later spots look the same. It's borderline comical. So much. One of these millennia, I hope I'll have a mod. I want to have somebody who can be there for part of the stream and could have a Bluetooth headset in and have me on the phone with my Bluetooth headset so that I can hear them say, hey, somebody asked you a question or something. That would be so nice. The projector would make it good. I don't have a very obvious place to project it. Actually, I just need to move one artwork, and the wall straight ahead of me might be good, but I would have to put it on a big old tripod behind me. Might shine into the Pentagon cam. La 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 la. Oh, so I was starting to say why I'm doing this. One thing that I have done in my entire existence as a sometime artist is I will experiment with things. A new material, a new technique, a new combination of materials, and you never know how it's going to turn out. My big example is a really cool artwork that I made a print of an ink thumbprint, blew it up on photocopy machine. Cursed was reimagining of Arthurian. Yeah, that's a different thing. Gemini. I don't get croquette on that statement. I appreciate the co-pilot. No, this I might even be wrong about the name. It stars Nathan For You. There was a comedy show called Nathan For You, and the guy who created that is the male lead. The female lead just won an Oscar for that strange and I think wonderful movie. I always have trouble coming up with her name. Easy A. She was one of the Spider-Man's girlfriends. Okay, who was Gemini Croquette from Fifth Element? I don't recognize the name. You remember details that... I remember Fifth Element well. I've seen that a bunch of times, but a lot of times the names escape me. So she's an Easy A. think she was in the original Bad Girls movie. Might have been one of her first things. Anyway, they are kind of HGTV reality TV stars that moved to a little town you may have heard of called, I can't think of the title. I thought it had curse in it. They moved to Espanola, and one of the things that it seems to be about, I've only watched the first couple of episodes. I can't even remember which service it's on. Good Lord, can't think of anybody's name or anything. Nathan For You. For You is not his last name. Planet where the contest winners went, I think. Okay. That rings more of a bell. I've watched some reactors react to that recently. Not the full watch along. There's only one reactor I watch do full watch alongs, and she took the previous month off, but she's back. Natalie Gold. I recommend her. She, in my opinion, is one of the good things about the internet, and these days it feels like there's not nearly as much good about the internet as there used to was. For every X we gained, we lost a Homestar Runner. And I don't think it was an improvement. Nathan For You. Appreciate that. Oh, Lord. Man, Nightbot just... Nathan. Nathan. What is her name? She just won the Oscar for Best Actor. Best Actress. I don't love saying the word actress. It's probably just a me thing, but actor means one who acts, and actress means one who acts and has a vagina. Although, that's not even true. Yeah, I don't know. When we start saying doctress, I'll be more comfortable with actress. I realize that Best Actress and Best Actor are easier to talk about, but I tell you what, Nathan Fielder played by himself. No traditional ensemble cast per Gemini. Yeah, I think that was mainly just him. I didn't watch a lot of that. I found it very funny. This show I'm talking about is lightly funny. I think it's probably on Max. Oh, I don't know. It may not be on Max. But yeah, they've moved to Espanola, and one of the things that they're talking about is how they want to bring prosperity to the region, and so everybody kind of considers them carpetbaggers and gentrifiers. So that's an interesting topic, and I wonder if this show is successful enough, if it's going to happen in real life, if they're going to gentrify our old stomping grounds. Cliff lived there a lot longer than I did, Espanola, New Mexico. He graduated from McCurdy, I think. Kind of fun to fly co-pilot for you. It's great having a co-pilot, it really is. Not unlike the unsung hero on the Joe Rogan podcast. Highly recommend Rogan, at least by clips. Yeah, I liked Rogan a lot, and I didn't stop liking him when a lot of people did, but I probably was never as into him as those people who dropped off the bandwagon were. I liked him on news radio. Fear Factor, that's when he really shone. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, I've seen some really good clips. When he has good people, it's going to be good. And he has so many people, I'm not mad at him that he has people I'd rather not watch. Beautiful thing about YouTube is if it's not something you want to look at, don't look. Of course, that should be true of television and all kinds of stuff. So, the star of Easy A and La La Land. And I can't think of the movie she just won an Oscar for. It was good. Strange and horrifying and beautiful and funny and really weird. Alright, there's some spots that need touching up. Short-lived, okay. Espanol, it was far too dark. Too little comedy for you. Rogan is the largest podcast in the world, I think, and his guests are a wild array. True that. True that. And he's making that bank. And when he pissed people off, he didn't stop making bank. I'll tell you what. I don't know if his bank went up or down, but the kind of bank he's making, I don't care if it's up or down. I'm just happy it exists. Except it doesn't. Which reminds me, all these literal years I've been trying to set up to start streaming. Now, once I learned there were people who streamed art, I couldn't get my tech to work, but I had time on my hands, and I'd watch videos about how to do this, how to do that. And one of the things I did was set up a Patreon, because I knew, well, at some point I'm going to want it. And I've never done a GoFundMe. I don't love putting my hand out, asking for help, but I don't mind it in this case because my income does not cover my outgo, and as a result, people I care about who just can't stand to see me become homeless are helping more than they're able to do, and they just can't stop themselves, and I can't stop them, and they're wonderful. So I'm looking for help for them. Help me help them. So yeah, patreon.com/thoughtstorms. I'm thoughtstorms on all the things except frickin' evil. I'm putting the globe aside. I've got all the sticky bits, and I've just got snake to put on the mask. I know I've started many sentences, not finishing them. AI nanny isn't protecting grown adults from info and available elsewhere. In the privacy of some actors, to avoid revealing too much about the plot, I can't disclose the specific names of the actors who played the leads in The Curse 2020. Interesting. Haven't heard of that. Yeah. That's too long a snake. If I had a large work surface, which I kind of do, it's just in the other room, and I hope one day to be able to go on location to 6 paces that way. I could roll these snakies thinner and better. This really is just a matter of I don't want to throw the stuff away. resin is not, let's face it, it's not an environmentally friendly material. Give me lyrics to a song because of copyright issues. Yeah, huh. That's interesting you say that, Cliff. Growing up, I really loved the band Kansas. One album in particular, The People of the South Went, was a big favorite for me. And over time, I started just playing their lyrics in my head going, they're trying to get me to church. They're trying to sell me on the Bible. This is stealth Christianity proselytizing. And I didn't have any proof of that. And I recently watched a documentary about the band. And man, there was no... If they were flying under the radar, they were flying under the radar hard. So I asked Pi, the AI that I sometimes fornicate with, I said, you know all the lyrics to all the Kansas songs. Do you think they're trying to sneak Christianity past my gatekeeping? And she basically said no. She said, I don't think so. I see why you might say that, and there's, you know, they certainly have a philosophical bent. In a lot of ways, I really think Pi might be the best of the AIs, although you can't talk to her the way you now can do chatbot and all that. You can have her talk to you, and the voice I've picked for her, oh, guys, Pi.ai, just test out voice number 5. I have a big old crush on this voice. I would like to meet the voice model. It's British and not posh at all, but neither chav, and not received BBC, formerly called BBC English. Yeah, I got a crush on her. I tell you what, I've used a lot more of these pre-joined deals than I realized. Just making one half. I may not have enough keycaps. So if anybody has an old Macintosh keyboard they don't mind giving to the cause, let me know. I only need the keycaps if you feel like prying them off. Okay, the chat vanished. Whew. Well, that's actually the art stuff I had planned to do today. I feel like it went quickly, but yeah, $1.50, hour and a half. Oh, hey. I've already shown something on stream before, but I don't think anybody's ever going to watch the VODs. I want to show you what the kind of games I play on a daily basis. Is this it? Dang. Welcome back, thoughtstorms. Chad's ready to display messages. That's weird. It went back to that. Why? Oh, Lord. I need a tech coach, a streaming coach. Let's see here. Welcome back, thoughtstorms. I hope I'm not doxing myself. Don't think I am. Help you grow your community. I wasn't looking that up, I promise. Oh, okay. It's on the wrong thing. Dang it. What about tab? Come on, come on, come on. Slither link. This is one of the games I play a lot. This 3 has to have 3 lines by it. And it's pretty obvious because there's a 0 right by it. So this have to be. It has to be one contiguous line that has to touch every... I guess it doesn't have to touch every dot. I was speaking falsely there. So these 2 in the corner have to be... Here's another obvious 3 and its neighbor. So that has to not be. And I love playing this. This is just like scratching an itch. People think I'm terrible at math, and I kind of am. I have dyscalculia, but logic, I made logic my bitch when I took it in college. I was I was tutoring students at the same time I was taking the class, because it felt like somebody who didn't realize that their whole life they'd grown up speaking Spanish at home and English, and then they take a Spanish class and it's like, oh, this is easy. That's how it felt. And this is very very much like that. There's a bunch of different games on here. Most of them I haven't messed with. Crystal still likes... Crystal's our sister. Slitherlink, that's the one I just demoed. This is the one I'm going to show next. But Crystal likes nonograms. Hashi. I'm going to take these gloves off because I can. So, a 4 has to have 4 lines coming from it. They can only go left, right, up, or down. So a 4 in a corner can only go left or down. So click it twice and you get 2, or right click it and you get 2. That 1's got to go down. 2's on either side of the 5. 1 up, over. Once you get good at the game, you go against the clock. That's a mediocre for a really easy puzzle. I showed this on one stream and somebody's like, that's easy. That's like Minesweeper. Okay, how about this? This takes a little more doing. Probably just as well. Let's see. It's Minesweeper without the mines. Loved Minesweeper. I did too. And I used to have a Minesweeper variant that was not just a grid. It was like a Cairo grid. The stuff I use in my artwork all the time. The irregular pentagons tiling the plane. That's a Cairo tiling, like the city Cairo. And but they also had like a triangular grid and everything, and I loved that. I haven't been able to find it. I haven't really looked for it in a while, I guess. When the 5 is up against the wall like that, you know it goes 3 directions, and if one of those is a 1, it's self-evident. Like this 5 is up against this wall, it can't go to the right. But I don't know which of these gets 1 and which gets 2. 4's got to go down. I figure people play Minecraft on stream. Oh Lord, I put 2 lines on the 1 there. No. And this isn't the hardest. They have a daily puzzle and a weekly puzzle. The weekly puzzle is usually... Oh, and they've got a monthly puzzle. And that one takes some real doing. This one I knew had to go down because to go right over there, it can't go over there. Because that would end the rubber band trail. So it has to go down, that has to go right, that has to go up, and that has to be 2. You have to go up and right. This is a 4 in the corner, so 2, boom, boom, bam, beam. And trust me, I would be saying, okay, you can only get 1 from there, so you're going to do this. I would be saying all of this, even if I weren't streaming. Cliff knows I ain't lying. Okay, getting there. This 4 can only get 1 from this 4. That 4 may go down, but it may go over here. But at most, all it gets is 1 from there, so I know I can go down. Oh, that ends me, so boop. And that means that 6 is on a wall. So he's self-evident. That 6 is on a wall. He's self-evident. 4 in a corner. 4 in a corner. Don't go nowhere. What do I care? Your kisses. Uh-oh. Well, I got something wrong. Big time. Huh. I don't even know if I'm still on camera. That 2's going to have to go over there. Well, that's a fail. Failure is always an option. I can't find the one that Crystal still plays. It ends up making a picture when you... Oh, there it is, nonograms. I haven't played it on here in a long time. Oh, I don't even remember how to do it. I'm not running ad blocking software. I don't know why it thinks I am. I don't remember how to play this anymore. I used to play it a lot, but it got kind of tedious to me. I go back to familiar grounds. Well, I'm probably going to crimp this off here pretty quick. You and Puzzle are bottom on camera. Are both on camera. Yep. Yeah, I meant for the puzzle to be on camera. I'll show you the special monthly Hashi. And I've already messed it up. That is fun and challenging and fun. And I can listen to a podcast. I can even watch a video on a monitor close by while I play it. And that's one of the main ways I unlax, which I will probably do after streaming. 4 in the corner. I do this when I'm on the phone sometimes too, and I don't know. I guess I don't talk on the phone very much. Philip calls me every day, at least once a day. But other than that, I don't talk on the phone very much. I wonder if people can tell that I'm multitasking. Because to me, the speech part of my brain, I don't know, it doesn't jam up with this. So that's a 4 that can only get 1 from that 1, so it's a 3 in the corner. It's also a 4 in the corner there. 2 can only get a 1. This 4 is in a corner, so is this one. 7's evident, which means the 4's got to go all 3 possible ways. Boom. And I messed. Oh, I messed up again. Yeah, see, I've already messed this one up. And I wouldn't want to play this online anyway, on stream. Let me get back to, how about here? The artwork to my left. I haven't been able to change that. It's just a slideshow of things that I had taken off the background so that I would have non-rectangular art, and I liked it, and it was good, but... Yosef. Well, many, many gratitudes. And minimal is greatness. I gotta say, on the subject of Patreon, I do not want anybody to give any money to my Patreon that they can't put on the sidewalk, set fire to, and walk away from. I mean, I'd rather they put it on my Patreon than do that. But if they, yeah, if you need money for food or movies in the movie theater or Netflix paywall madness, don't spend it on me. But if you're able to give a little, it would be certainly excellent. Roger. All right. Well, while you're there, hey. Oh, you're actually on YouTube. Were you on YouTube the whole time, or were you on Twitch part of that time? For some reason I thought you were on Twitch. I can't get Twitch to do what it needs to do. I wanted to try rating. You know what rating is. Some of my viewers may not. When you have a viewer, and you can raid just with yourself, but I don't know who I would raid. I was just going to see if I could figure it out, because if I ever have 2 or 3 people, it'd be cool to be able to raid, but I've still got a lot to learn. Yeah, I just got to find it on the web page, and the Twitch web page is quite complex. Hey, Twitch. Also, it would not come up automatically on new cheap PC, so went with YouTube. Okay. Raid, R-A-I-D. Raid! People say, welcome, Raiders! And, I mean, sometimes a popular stream may have 100 people watching. And a lot of people do fall off on the raid, so they may turn up on my channel with 80 people. That's actually frowned on. Because if I suddenly had 80 people to juggle, oh, okay. All the artwork, throw that clay against the wall. But it's usually more moderate numbers than that, and can be kind of neat. And what frequently happens is they'll say, hey, welcome in, thoughtstorms. What were you... A lot of times they'll say, what were you playing today? But they've changed it. I think a lot of people just say, so what was your stream? What are you getting up to today? And it's kind of a networking thing. When people raid in, they'll do an SO command, a shout out. So they would shout out Thoughtstorms. Hey, follow Thoughtstorms. He's getting started as a streamer and could use your follow. And follow doesn't cost anything. Just like on YouTube, the oh, I just clapped in your ear. I hope you're not wearing headphones. I'm so sorry. That was a weird instinct. And I distracted myself again. I've got screens all over the place showing me in different periods of time. It's very distracting. Oh, they do a shout out, and when somebody, especially if they do something that I think sounds interesting, I'll click on it and follow them, and it helps them out. I've heard people talk about raids, but never really understood it. I only watch Twitch streams posted later, as VODs, so I don't raid. Yeah. I'm glad to know somebody watches VODs. I do. I watch some VODs. I'm ditching this gum. It has outstayed its welcome. Oof. Bleak. It's not an important thing exactly, but man, if I could raid into Miriam's channel, or good Lord, if she could raid into mine, it could be a game changer. She was routinely getting into the 3 figures people watching at any given time. Well, not at any given time. It would be down in the 50s sometimes, but occasionally something would happen. She was featured one time, and I think, man, I think she at one point had 1,234 people watching because, like me, she keeps her eye open for that number. I seem to remember that happening on when she was actually featured. And one really big popular streamer invited her to, or asked her permission to have, basically kind of temporarily host Miriam on their stream so that people could hear Miriam sing. And that was kind of cool. It was kind of a big deal. Turns out she's one of those singing Twitch stars that also dances rather scantily clad. Not scandalous, but it was an interesting mix. But I am going to start wrapping up. Cliff, we should talk more directly. Yep, so I can't knock it, but so is CNBC. No, I hear you. I'm not even sure I know what CNBC is. I've been such a cord cutter, I'm not sure what CNBC is. Yeah. I'm a radio man myself. Public radio here in North Texas is great stuff. Public television I haven't watched in years. I still love it and like it and everything, but I've occasionally listened to the podcast of their hour news show, but I don't know. I guess I could just go to their website and watch it on the website. Basically, online NBC. Public radio here is awful. Yeah, I remember that. I wouldn't say, well, I won't argue with your term. I wouldn't say awful. Well, and actually, I haven't heard it in forever. When I was there, it was classical music and public radio news programs, and it was the news programs. That's where I first started listening to morning edition, weekend edition, and stuff. And yeah, if I had disposable income, I would be giving Patreon money to them and not even asking for a tote bag. But I mean, KERA. They're news and talk pretty much all day, and they go to BBC at like 11 o'clock at night, I think. And I love BBC as well, BBC Radio especially. I wish I could just have a TV that tunnels to England, because I love British television shows so much, and there are so many paywalls you have to get in to see it. And you try the thing where you pretend you're in England or you pretend you're in Norway or wherever, and they go, okay, cool, we'll show you all this stuff. What's your TV license number? But sadly, or not necessarily sadly, but that's what pays for the BBC, and that's why the BBC is beholden to no advertisers, and therefore a little less suspect than a lot of them. All right, well, I appreciate you coming by, Cliff. Yesterday I didn't see anybody come in, and it gets a little lonely. I know you know how that is. You usually had somebody, and there was almost always one person there when I would drop into your streams. I don't... Lord. Oh, I've got so many things on my computer desk that something pushed it off. Google VPN might get you there. Free with a Google account. I might try it. Opera has a built-in VPN, and As a VPN, I think it's good. I think the encryption is good, and I like Opera a lot. It's my new main browser. It has built-in um, ad blocking. I'm gonna turn the fan off. It's not that hot. Um, I've probably been a little bit hot on the microphone. Let me check my microphone volume here. Now are the testicles of our discontent made tickly fresh with fruit striped gum. Could you understand that? Yeah, yeah. I only showed up a very few times. I don't. I've never really wanted to watch. That's not true. There is one comedian that I found on a Twitch stream on Monday and Thursday nights. Nerd Incorrect, Nerd Incorrect, is a good channel. They play Codenames Live. I think it's 8 o'clock our time. They're out of Canada, and it's five comedians, and a mod that they pay like $50 a month, and they play this online game. And I don't think the game is that great, but it doesn't matter because it makes for hilarious stuff. And when I can get on chat and make five well-known comedians laugh, that's a good night for the Hale kid. Hey, it's a November birth party. Matt Rife rules. I have not looked at him in a while, but you're right. I think he's hilarious. Crowd work like nobody. All right, I got both my brothers in here. I don't want to call it a day now. I tell you what, I wonder. I really can't do anything more on the art projects at the moment. Oh, you're not seeing this, so that's for the better. Gotta find the open tab here. Yeah, this will work, I guess. La, la, la. Well, when taken, there's a bunch of online games, Wordle and Worldle and stuff, and I play a lot of them. My friend Cynthia and I share our results. She didn't play as many of them as I do, but When Taken is what this one's called. And it's just whentaken.com. Excellent. Let's see if I'm streamer enough. Black screen, screen share. Yeah, there it is. Oh dear. Oh, that was weird. Okay. I pushed F11 and my OBS went away, and I was frightened. Think you know the answer? Guess when and where shots are taken. Daily game. Here we go. Interesting. The chat is ready to display messages. I don't know if that was because I had a weirdness. Somebody chat if you're still there. Hydrating. Okay, so. Oh Lord. I can zoom in. Now I usually play this on the phone, and I'll be honest, I do a lot of Bye, Dr. Peril. Thanks for coming by. It was a hoot to see you. Okay, they're doing a multi-gun salute. They've got... I was thinking it might be sport because of those tunics and this stuff. Okay, Brazil. I'm betting this is football in Brazil, and then it also wants you to say the year. I'm going to guess 2022. And then I'm going to click on the map. Make it full screen. Woo! Zoom in. I would assume, I'm just going to put it near the capital if I can find the capital. Brazil has the most interesting capital. They built it to be, it didn't just grow up piecemeal like most cities. They made it. And that's why it was featured in a movie called Aeon Flux, if I'm remembering correctly. So I'm going to put a pin close to Brasilia. Peter and I went to high school with a wonderful person from there. No goals on. I don't know what that last word is. And I also don't know how to get out of. There it is. Oh Lord. Field. No goals on field. Well, I mean, you're right, but I think the soccer pitch at least. Well, now I'm not seeing. Oh, okay. Yeah, this is actually plays better on my phone. I'm going to guess and see how far off I am. It says, good Lord, I can't read that size text. So let's see if we can do something about that. This is the life of the blind. You make things bigger so that you can read the thing, and you can't read the thing because it's, yeah, inauguration of Luis Ignacio Lula da Silva, 2007, Brasilia. I got the location within 13 kilometers. Next round, there's 5 rounds. And I will probably call it a day after this game. No stands on field. Yeah, you were right that it wasn't football. Even if I'd known it was Lula da Silva's inauguration, I wouldn't have known the year. Okay, this looks like a royal wedding of some kind. Lord, I really wish I could zoom in on this better. I can't see it as well as I would like. Feels 50s, maybe even 40s. When did Queen Lizzie marry? I don't know who this is anyway. No, that's not British royalty wedding, at least. And at first I thought it was maybe a funeral, but those look like beef eaters. Yeah, this is probably some kind of prince. I'm just going to take a stab at the year from the clothings. And all the clothing is military. Most of the place. Lord, that's low res. There we go. Yeah, that feels earlier than 50s. I'm going to say, hell, I'm going to say like 40 straight up, 1940. I'm going to put it in London. I may be wrong as wrong can be. I find this game kind of fun. Another game I play, you guess a country and it says the country we're thinking of is 1,400 miles, 14,000 miles. No, 1,400 miles from the one you said. And then I go on Google Maps and work it out, and I've gotten really good when I cheat with Google Maps, but sometimes I don't have to cheat at all. A lot of times I don't because I'm getting better at it. Wedding ceremony, Prince Albert, in the can. Princess Paola? I see that and think of the word payola from American radio controversy. He said 54 cars too new. You are sure right about that. It was 59. You were a lot closer than I was. I can't. Oh, Brussels, Belgium. So I wasn't terribly close on either one. All right, I'll go to the next round. Third round, we're halfway. Oh, that mouth of cotton, and I don't even get to enjoy some recreational drug for getting it. Well, I think this is definitely a U.S. president talking. That looks like LBJ. You know, LBJ? L stands for the. No, I'm not knocking LBJ that hard. It's a really good play. Kind of a one-man show. You know, mainly just LBJ on stage, and it is excellent. They did it at Stage West, and oh my Lord, Jim Cobalt is amazing. Transfer of power. 64, you think? Yeah. It couldn't be. I mean, it could be 63, but that mainly happened on the plane. I'm the MacGyver of never remembering to bring tools or materials. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm going to go with you. 1964. And probably good old Washington, D.C. What does this one do? Oh, it just trades them. Let me try it this way. La la. This could be really fun. I think they are sourcing their images just from the web, and so it's a pretty random bag. 65. Mighty close, 1 year off, and spot on. Yahoo! So we got 199 out of 200 for that. 100 on location and 99 on the year. Nicely done, brother man. Oh, I thought maybe I was seeing a, what do you call it, a watermark on the JPEG here, but dang it. There should be a full screen option for this, and there's not, and it makes me want to hurt people. All right. Le Crole. I believe we have French. It's emoticon times, so it's pretty dang recent. Association Assistance. I don't know, externals. Guessing because it's cut off. So I believe we're going to be in the French-speaking world, and oh, there's a that's a Union Jack, which actually is not. I think it's incorrect to call that a Union Jack. Chat cover pick. Let's think here. So there is some kind of French circus. It could just be a French circus in somewhere in England. Although I gotta say, what little there, that has a real Paris. I've never been to Paris, only seen photos. What do you think? UK or Paris? Comedy relief. That's a very good thought. Belgium. Well, they do speak French in Belgium, I think. I mean, among other things. So you thought 92? They still do comedy relief. I feel like it's closer to today than 92. I'm going to say... I'm going to be a little bold and say 2002. And then, you think Belgium? That's just crazy enough to be out of your ding-dang mind, perhaps. Well, you did me well before. I will try Belgium. If and I can find it. I have gotten better at finding these things after playing those other games. Excuse me. There's Hungary, Slovakia, Austria, Belgium. There we are. And what the heck? Close to their capital, Brussels. All right, I'm going with Belgium because of you. It's your fault. Ooh, 2018. So I was a little closer. Festival at Place de la Fontaine Square in... Okay, I don't know how to pronounce that. La France. But we weren't that many miles off. Location 91 out of 100. Not too bad. Fourth round. Boy, gotta hydrate. You know, it's frustrating. I have multiple monitors and stuff, and I should be able to bring it here and have it nice and close, but if I do, it'll mess up the stream. Okay, what are we looking at here? Oh boy, I was gonna say a lot of the snaps are from are tiered pyramids. Not the real obvious pyramids, but more like these. This is interesting because there's a model of those things. It looks like a huge artist's rendering of a city that either may exist or may not yet exist. I don't know. Oh, wait, hey. Duh. So much better. I knew I could do that on my phone, but I couldn't find it on here. Going by clothing, I don't... Sometimes you'll see these optical yellow and green t-shirts or something like that, and it tells you it's probably in this century anyway. Not much to go on. I don't feel like it's a somewhat formal event. I mean, that's sort of tracksuity. And I'm thinking Middle East, Egypt. 2016? I'm going to go with Egypt in what did you say, 2016? I'll try the 2016. I won't say words well. 2016. And I'm going, no, not in the ocean. Let me have this. Egypt. I'm going to put it between Cairo. I'm going to put it in this green area. So I might be reasonably close. Let's see how we did. Ooh, one off on the year, which is great. A model of Tenach Zio Nacional Mexico City, Mexico. Oh, doofus. With my mouth, I was talking about the Egyptian pyramids, and it just brain farted me. I would have put it in Mexico or one of those countries below Mexico, right, not below, south of. Yep. You were right. Middle of Mexico, you would have been right on. Well, let's see my results. So out of 1,000, we got 773. It's not terrible. And that's kind of fun. And a good way to crimp off the stream. I look forward to talking to one-on-one. You're good. Yes, you are. Let me... Where is it? La la la. There I am. Hello. It's my face. So, this has been fun. I've been streaming 2.25 hours. So it's a good time to call it a day. Thanks for dropping by. It went a lot faster. Cliff got me through most of the first chunk, and then we had all three Hale brothers going. No talking one-on-one, or no wrapping up. Yeah, later. All right, man. I always want to try to say something wise. Oh, ranked choice voting. Look it up, please. Find an explainer, somebody you trust. I'm not going to give you a link. Search ranked choice voting. It's not a magic bullet. It is closer to a magic bullet than anything else for getting this country improved. And my conservative friends, progressives, that's as political as I get. Ranked choice voting. It's good stuff. So, on that note, hasta la vista mañana. Not mañana. Probably not live again. Scheduled. I'm gonna go live in the midweek, but I don't know when yet. Likely Wednesday night. I haven't looked at my schedule. Wednesday after work hours, I think. Tentative. But otherwise, ladies and gentlemen, take my advice. Pull down your pants and slide on the ice.